But none of this matters without healthcare.
Correct.
All right. Talk to us about healthcare.
Absolutely. Medicare for all, or what the fuck are we even doing?
Exactly. So I'm a big constitutional guy, right? And the Constitution says that
Life, liberty,
we have the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Mm-hmm. Life, okay, you can't kill me. Seems obvious. Mm-hmm. Liberty, kind of. In America, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Unless you're in jail because guilty of blackness or something like that, you know?
Yeah, basically.
They criminalize
being black while in public.
Yeah, how
or
dare
in
you?
private. Just being black in America, you're probably guilty for something because that's what our system is set up for. Yeah, sorry. I'm not going to go on this tangent rant that I have in my head.
That's another hour-long discussion for me.
There's a reason angry black girl is very prominently displayed behind me.
But the pursuit of happiness is the key term. Pursuit of happiness. Can you pursue happiness if you're healthcare insecure?
Absolutely not. But that's also wrapped up with life, because if you can't choose, like if you don't have access to medications that will save your life, if you don't have access to healthcare that's going to save your life, you don't have access to life. And the pursuit of happiness, like if you don't have access to the means of getting out of survival mode. That's what a minimum wage was originally supposed to do. Minimum wage was supposed to be able to guarantee a living wage. It was a minimum living wage. And now it's just become a minimum of what we can get away with paying people without getting sued.
And then having them go on government assistance that we're all paying for because Walmart doesn't want to actually pay them. Anyway, yeah, that's a much bigger thing.
Fuck Walmart and the Waltons.
And I was hoping this pandemic was going to underline this problem with healthcare, because it's like you take all these people who are over the past decade, 90% of the jobs created are independent contractor jobs, which means you don't have to pay their benefits, right? That they're screwed. They're on their own. They don't get access to healthcare through this, employer grouped healthcare where everybody gets discounts. They're stuck in the open marketplace where they're paying a huge amount of money. But not only that, pandemic hits, they're off their jobs, and people are now losing their healthcare because it was tied to their job. It's like the whole system is so bizarre. So how do we fix that?
Okay, I got it. No, I'm just joking. But I got an idea.
Yeah.
I like to talk in conservative talking points for this to sell it. Mm-hmm. So let's talk business-wise. If you're in a healthcare group, the larger your group, the cheaper it is.
Right.
Because you can diffuse the expenses across a large spectrum. So instead of raising everyone's rates $100 a month to recover because one person got cancer, how dare them?
Right.
And if there's 1,000 people in your organization, it raises you by $10.
Right.
If there's 100,000 people in your organization, they raise your rates by $1.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's a for-profit system that shouldn't exist.
No, absolutely not.
We're not going to say that to our conservative friends. This is how we sell it, right?
Sure.
This is in the back of my head saying you fucking idiots. So now imagine there's 326 million people in this system.
That's pennies. Not even.
It's a microcent. It's negligible, and it's cheaper and more efficient.
Yeah.
Especially during a pandemic.
Yeah.
The military has it. I had socialized medicine in the military for 4 years. Donald Trump has socialized medicine being a representative.
All of our politicians absolutely have it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Including Mitch fucking McConnell. Fuck you, Mitch McConnell.
I mean, that should be a requirement for Congress to be on the same plan that the worst off in our society is in, because then they'd fix it. I mean, that would be it.
If I ever get to interview Andrew Yang one-on-one, I'm not even talking about today to him. He's already got today kind of figured out. I want to challenge him about the future.
Yes.
Yeah. So when are we overturning Citizens United?
Absolutely. But like, let's say he wins the mayor. Hooray for you two, for sure.
Yeah.
But let's say 2028's most likely. So it's not likely anyone's going to challenge Joe for a re-election or a Kamala if she comes out, which I think she should be the heir apparent coming out of this. She's not my favorite candidate. I don't like most of her policies, but what are you going to do? It is what it is. That's how politics works. And it's just the same old thing over and over. But if he's in a position to go for 2028, let's talk policy today. Let's get this bitch. Iron sharpens
Settled.
iron.
Yep.
Let's start sharpening. And so my pitch to Andrew is I support Medicare for all. Single payer is the goal. How we get there's negotiable. But here's the primary point. Congress has to opt in. They don't have the option. You're a public fucking servant.
Yeah.
Yes.
How is it that like Congress and Senate haven't been put on the same healthcare system as everybody else? Like that, that staggers me that they have been living in this privileged little bubble dictating to the masses. Like this reminds me of the French aristocracy where let them eat cake. Like, okay. I mean, I see a guillotine in your future, but that's neither here nor there.
That's why I'm a fan of AOC, though. Also,
Yeah.
she speaks truth to power, and she's transparent, and
Love
she's
her.
honest, and she's vulnerable, and she's fucking intelligent.
Yes, she is. All day, every
Really, really intelligent. People don't give her credit because she's just a beautiful woman.
Right.
But she's got it up here like nobody's
She
business.
absolutely does. She's sharp as a tack.
She's the Andrew Yang in Congress, as far as I'm concerned, because she's a fighter. I think she's misguided on some things. That's okay. She's open to listen and talking. She will get it right eventually.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. But when she says, I was scared for my life, her Instagram live yesterday, she went raw, man. She exposed herself yesterday and says, I'm a survivor of a sexual assault. On a live Instagram feed.
That's huge.
That's brave, first of all. But
especially for someone as prominent of a figure as her.
Absolutely. But what I liked about her is that when she went to Congress, she live streamed every day her orientation. And she says, 2 months ago, this is what I had for insurance.
Right.
Now look what they're offering, this golden nest egg. She goes, why am I special enough now? Why am I good now? What makes me so much better?
Amazing.
Why do we get this? Why don't everyone get this? Everyone deserves this. And she really started doing that arm thing she does. I love.
Love her.
That's the New Yorker in her. Like you could tell.
I like it. But she spoke truth about. She's like, man, now I'm good enough because you guys voted.
What changed?
Why am I good enough now? I'm the same person 2 months ago.
Yep.
Why am I good enough now? So to me, Congress must opt into the Medicare system they create for us.
Yes.
Period. And again, with the term limits, we could go down this whole damn list of things, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, there's so many things.
Just to keep it on healthcare, that's a quick fix. Is you have to incentivize good behavior, and you make it apply to them. Then incentivize a good package. Because I don't support Medicare for all single payer if I don't know what it is.
Yep.
Right.
But if you have to deal with it and you have to figure that out yourself because you're looking at that package, you'll figure out real quick what needs to be fixed.
So until Congress says we'll take it too, I don't want the option shoved down my throat. I want the public option.
Right.
Right.
That's the deal I got with Congress. And and that's how I approach Medicare for all. Eventually, it's going to have to be single payer if we want to be effective with our resources.
Right.
We want better outcomes. Duh.
Right.
I think every human being should get a full body CAT scan review once a year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Prostate cancer, testicular cancer for men, 1-2 punch, we're out the door. Women, cervical cancer and breast cancer.
Yeah. We're not, what's the word? We're not thinking
proactive.
Yeah. We're not proactive enough with our
Preventative
healthcare.
medicine is
exactly.
cheap.
Our healthcare is we only deal with end of life and we only deal with problems. I mean, that's always my problem going to the doctor is that you go and you get your physical and being a young, healthy person, they look at your numbers and they're like, get out of my office. You don't register high enough on the problems chart for me to pay any attention to you. I don't have bandwidth for you. And I've always felt like, well, maybe there are things that I could be doing better if we actually jumped into these numbers. I finally discovered a doctor's office called Forward. It's this new tech startup that's trying to do it in a much different way where you sit down with a doctor, you can go in as frequently as you want, and they do all your vitals, and they go over them every time. They're like, okay, now you're here, we're here, maybe you should think about this, maybe you should think about that. That kind of preventative healthcare is so important, and we really need to rethink how we're doing that on a nationwide level. And hopefully if we were able to do a single payer system, we could make it more preventative. That would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I call that the Joe Rogan Experience in healthcare because that's what he does. He pays a professional to sit down with him every 3 months or so and says, okay, let's do my blood work. Okay, Joe. And he does his freaking blood work, right? You don't need an excuse. I'm going to pay for it. There it is. Yeah. Okay, Joe. Well, it looks like your electrolyte ABC is this and da-da-da. So I think you should probably get another serving of collard greens in your diet a week. You know, like little adjustments.
Maybe stop the carnivore diet for a minute.
He's heavy on that, isn't he? But like, that's the kind of healthcare we all deserve as humans,
absolutely, as
taxpayers, and we socialized our tax money to pay for healthcare.
Yeah.
Damn it. I want the benefits for everyone, not just me. Like, I looked at Bernie's plan where so I really break down his policy on healthcare. And I'm like, okay, for me as a healthcare worker, a single father of 4, this is where I'm at. Right now, I pay about $10,000 a year in healthcare for premiums and out-of-pocket expenses before I meet my deductibles, about $9,500 a year.
That's a lot.
10 grand, 10 grand. Let's say it adds up all the medicines I got to pay for, whatever. 10 grand a year. Under Bernie's plan, worst case scenario, they raise my taxes by 10% more. Guess what, bitch? That's only $5,000.
Right. That's still saving you $5,000.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Every person I know has healthcare now because I'm paying my $5,000.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm good. Yeah. I'm okay with paying $5,000 more if it means every single person has healthcare that I know. And
including the people who are on the street.
Yeah. And people I don't know. They're all taken care of. Why? Human-centered capitalism. That's what it's all about. Everyone taken care of.
Thanks for checking out this clip from our show.
To watch more clips or full episodes, click on our profile below.
If you want to stay up to date on all of our new episodes and videos, click subscribe.
And if you have any ideas for future guests or topics that you would like to see us cover on the show,
leave us a message in the comments or connect with us on any of our social media channels at Funtime Program.
Or on our website at funtimeprogram.com.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.